From the second that I did Pierce Morgan,
Yeah.
they've been trying to convince people that I had something to do with these girls. Because when I was on Pierce Morgan, I said I had 3 victims that were ready to come forward. The problem is I didn't say I had Diddy victims. I said I have 3 victims against the Carters. That's not Diddy.
Jay-Z and Beyonce are shook, for sure. Once again, I know that they are so scared of an indictment coming down. A superseding indictment with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove it.
Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many up people does he have to be aware of before people see him for who he is?
When Jaguar Wright first opened her mouth about Jay-Z and Diddy, her words were dismissed as outrageous. But fast forward to today, and her revelations are hitting harder than ever. It's not just talk anymore. It's connecting dots we didn't even know existed.
Everybody knew. That's why I couldn't really watch that documentary, because half of the people that was in there, I can't believe he did it. You used to go get the too. I watched you, dog. I watched y'all make these deals. Don't nobody want to talk about Aaliyah.
So, Jaguar didn't just call out Diddy and Jay-Z for their egos or industry power moves. She accused them of something much bigger, a system of manipulation, exploitation, and cover-ups that went way beyond music. And here's the twist. As more people speak out and more receipts surface, her claims are starting to feel very accurate. From hidden alliances to unthinkable betrayals, the deeper you go into this story, the messier it gets, and Jaguar might just be the key to exposing it all.
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened, and yet they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it.
Before her name became popular with explosive allegations, Jaguar Wright was a powerhouse in neo-soul. She collaborated with some of the biggest names in the industry, but her relationship with Jay-Z and Diddy wasn't all glitz and glamour. Jaguar has always claimed there was a dark side to the music world that she witnessed personally. In many of her interviews, she accused industry elites of using artists, silencing people, and using their power to protect their illegal acts. Her words weren't just normal critiques. She called out specific people, like Diddy, for allegedly manipulating young artists and creating a toxic environment. She also claimed Jay-Z's rise to power wasn't as clean as people like to believe, while revealing it came at the expense of other artists working in the industry.
Biggie died, Tupac died, and then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z, and then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and it's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common.
These allegations made waves, but at that time, most people ignored her as a bitter or attention-seeking woman. But Jaguar didn't stop there. She spoke about the abuse of power in the industry, highlighting stories of substance use, exploitation, and manipulation that she claimed were not only common, but very normalized. She accused record label executives and music moguls of arranging environments where boundaries didn't exist, where young artists were vulnerable and unprotected. For many years, her warnings seemed like just another conspiracy theory, until now.
Music mogul Sean Jay-Z Carter is accused of a 13-year-old girl with Sean Diddy Combs. Jay-Z was added to an amended civil lawsuit against Combs that was filed today. The suit claims Jay-Z joined Combs the minor at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards.
Rapper Jay-Z is hitting back today over an allegation he and Sean Diddy Combs
a 13-year-old girl after the Video Music Awards in 2000. He says it's blackmail, but the biggest heartbreak, he says, is for his family, including his wife, Beyonce, and their eldest daughter, 12-year-old Blue Ivy.
So, a civil lawsuit has brought Jaguar Wright's claims roaring back into public conversation. The lawsuit accuses both Jay-Z and Diddy of doing unimaginable things at an MTV afterparty in 2000. The allegations state that a minor was given illegal substances and then harmed by these two men. And if that wasn't enough, Diddy faces additional charges, including illegal human transportation, painting a picture of systematic abuse that goes back decades. These allegations align with things Jaguar has been saying for years.
He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous, and everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job. He's the Judas.
From her accusations of secret parties, with no oversight, to her claims of music moguls protecting each other to maintain their power, the lawsuit feels like a confirmation of the stories she's been trying to tell. But how did Jaguar know so much? And why are her claims suddenly going viral again? Well, let's break down the lawsuit. According to the allegations, the victim claims she was given illegal substances at a party following the MTV Awards in 2000. The lawsuit describes an environment where the rich and powerful men believed they were untouchable, engaging in horrific acts while protecting themselves from accountability. Diddy is also separately indicted for different charges that suggest a much darker operation involving multiple victims over several years. Meanwhile, Jay-Z isn't taking these accusations lightly. In a newly released statement, he called the claims blackmail and extortion, insisting that if the allegations were true, there should be a criminal complaint instead of a civil one. His legal team is pushing back hard, trying to discredit the claims before they can gain further traction.
Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement.
Yeah.
He has a family and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because rape in New York, and what's alleged in this complaint, is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down, and that, of course, the allegation is that Mr. Combs did the same thing. And so if those facts are actually accurate, it would require an investigation by prosecutors, and if true, right, you could pursue it criminally. Now, with respect to the evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right, more than 24 years ago, but in the allegations, there's a few things. Number one, there's allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left, that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress. Number three, that she phone called her dad, who showed up, the 13-year-old, and now removed her. So civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and, you know, we'll see what happens if the DA looks and investigates.
But while Jay-Z is fighting in court, the public's attention has shifted on the internet. Suddenly, people are revisiting Jaguar's chilling words, finding connections they'd once dismissed. And as more details emerge, her voice feels less like a lone cry in the wilderness and more like a warning we should have listened to all along. While Jay-Z fights back legally, the internet is taking a different stance, turning to Jaguar Wright's chilling words for answers. A person commented saying, "If 1/10 of the things Jaguar Wright is alleging turns out to be true, the public will never again believe these pristine images celebrities parade before the world." Another one wrote, "Jag, NDAs are null and void if criminal activity occurred during that allotted time. You can speak freely. Don't let him manipulate you." A third person added, "It's just getting deeper and deeper. I'm interested to see what Tony Busby's evidence is going to be. I hope he has a rock-solid case." Now, Jaguar Wright has never been one to hold back. In her October interview with Piers Morgan, she dropped bombshell after bombshell about the music industry, specifically pointing fingers at Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy. Her most shocking claim was that there were 3 victims willing to testify against the Carters.
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Paul?
people against their will, putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane.
So, Jaguars revealed these individuals had evidence of the practices and ties to the exploitation of minors. She didn't mince words about the culture of secrecy surrounding these allegations. She painted a picture of an industry where power dynamics are weaponized. And while many people dismissed her as sensationalist, the resurfacing of these allegations against Jay-Z and Diddy has given her words a chilling weight. Social media has exploded with support for Jaguar. Comments like, "Jaguar Wright literally predicted this," and "We owe her an apology for silencing her voice," have flooded the internet. Suddenly, Jaguar is not just a controversial figure. She is being hailed as a truth teller. The internet's reaction has been loud and clear. People are demanding accountability, not just for the individuals named in the lawsuit, but for an entire system that has allowed this behavior to fester for decades. But Jaguar Wright didn't stop at accusations. She has revealed a dark side of the music industry that many refuse to confront. One of Jaguar Wright's most disturbing allegations centers around Diddy's parties. According to her, these weren't just wild celebrity night outs. They were predatory events. She claimed Diddy used these parties to gather evidence against other industry figures, including Jay-Z, to ensure their loyalty or silence.
I've seen what they do, the ritualistic behaviors, the drugging, putting girls in the suitcases, dumping them in alleyways. It's horrifying. And it's all done under the protection of, this is gonna be paid off. There's another NDA. It's terrible.
Jaguar's insistence that these events weren't just rumors has struck a nerve. She's even alleged that some of the footage from these parties exists and are being kept as insurance against powerful individuals who might step out of line. But Jaguar didn't stop with Diddy. She's continuously called Jay-Z worse than Diddy, accusing him of similar. Her claims against Jay-Z go beyond the allegations in the lawsuit, describing him as someone who kept people against their will and used manipulation tactics to maintain control. She also accused him of silencing whistleblowers through intimidation and backdoor deals. Jaguar's comparison of the two men has added a new layer to the public conversation. Fans are now questioning the lies they've accepted for years. And if you think this couldn't get any darker, Jaguar's next revelation might leave you speechless.
I'm saying that now, publicly. Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail, get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there. If the Me Too movement were real, why aren't they speaking now? They've also been very quiet in this time of the diddler's downfall.
Jaguar Wright has made it clear. She's not just exposing individuals. She's calling for a complete overhaul of the music industry. In her most recent statements, she has claimed that no victim will ever truly be safe until every enabler and complicit party is exposed. According to Wright, this isn't just about Diddy or Jay-Z. It's about dismantling a system. Her confidence in Diddy exposing his other industry friends is amazing. She suggests that the powerful figures who have operated unchecked for years are more afraid of each other than they are of public scrutiny. She believes Diddy would rather burn the entire system down than go down alone. But Jaguar's warnings go deeper. She has painted a disturbing picture of an industry where silence and complicity are the norm. She's spoken about the lengths some go to protect their secrets, from payoffs and intimidation to the active suppression of victims' voices. According to her, This isn't just a few bad apples, it's a rotten tree. Not just Jay-Z, but Jaguar Wright has surprised everyone with some pretty wild claims about multiple celebs. In a chat with Real Life Productions, Jaguar talked about this audio recording of Meek Mill and Diddy that has some very wild sounds. The 47-year-old claimed that Meek's ex, Nicki Minaj, was the one who leaked it and was just waiting for the right moment to drop it.
He's a f***ing Fruit Loop. He Diddy-fied.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried period. He Diddy-fied. He Diddy-fried. He the Diddy do our bop. Meek, real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
In a recent video, Jaguar and Tokyo Tony got together and dropped some wild claims about Justin Bieber and Odell Beckham Jr. being involved with each other.
And we talk about for a minute why Justin Bieber running around breaking a relationship. Because he was sucking that dick on them knees. He must have sucked the shit out of Odell dick.
In this clip, Wright jumps in while talking about Bieber, saying he's the reason Beckham and Kim Kardashian split. They were apparently referencing a viral clip of Bieber and Beckham at one of Diddy's parties, which stirred up a lot of rumors that haven't been addressed yet. Jaguar has also accused Mary J Blige of hiding her gender. In her rant, she not only threw down a challenge for a Versus battle, but also claimed that the queen of hip-hop soul isn't really talented and called her lesbian.
I can produce my own songs. I can sit down with a competent mix engineer and walk all the way through a mix. What can you do, Mary, other than play dress up and eat snatch in dark places hoping nobody finds out you're gay? And if you got the heart, let's do the verses. Or if you want to apologize to me for the way you tried to destroy my career at its very beginning, you can do that too.
Back in 2020, Jaguar dropped some serious claims about the Roots being around when R. Kelly was allegedly bringing in young girls to hang out with him. In an Instagram Live, she said something like, "Look at R. Kelly. The Roots was around when that guy was sending his driver around to go get girls from what was the middle school. They brought them to Larry Gold's studio." She also mentioned that someone from the Roots told her to keep quiet if she wanted to keep her career, saying, "I was told to mind my business if I wanted to keep my career." A member of the Roots told me that ain't none of your business. That man makes people millionaires.
I had to go on last. The Roots management didn't make me the headliner. The owner of the club did.
Right.
Because the bar was losing money because every time I got off stage, the club emptied out.
We've covered a lot today, from the explosive civil lawsuit against Jay-Z and Diddy to Jaguar Wright's chilling warnings that seem more relevant. It's not just about one person or even one lawsuit. It's about a system that's allowed power to run unchecked, with voices like Jaguar's dismissed as noise for far too long. Remember, Jaguar Wright has been called many things: crazy, a liar, even delusional. But with every new revelation, it seems she's not just telling a story. She's exposing a truth we've all been too afraid to face. And the truth? It might finally be coming out. Now, here's where I want to hear from you. What do you guys think about all of this? Do you believe Jaguar Wright has been silenced for a reason, or is this all just a coincidence? Drop your thoughts in the comments.